peace and friendship together.
The arrival of His Excellency Dr. Sohan, Deputy Prime Minister, Minister in charge of the Office of the Council of Ministers, and His Excellency Vice President of the Republic of India. Please. I would like to invite Excellency Dr. Sohan, Deputy Prime Minister, Minister in charge of the Office of the Council of Ministers, to deliver a welcoming and introductory remark. Please welcome.
HAMID, ANSARI, Vice Excellency, Lady, Today, I have the great honor and pleasure to participate with Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, who come from the wide range of background and field of interest. As a policy maker, senior government official, researcher, and university student. Researcher, we have the researcher from our Royal Academy, and the student, we also invited the student from the High School of Administration. That means they will become economists, they will become diplomat, they will become administrator. Yes, sir. In the distinguished address on Cambodia-India Relations by His Excellency Sri Mohammad Hamid ANSARI, taking this opportunity, I would like to warmly welcome His Excellency the Vice President of India to the Kingdom of Cambodia, and I would also like to express my sincere appreciation for your valuable time in delivering this important address. Before inviting His Excellency Sri Mohammad Hamid ANSARI, I would like to briefly introduce his outstanding profile. Excellency has been serving as a Vice President for 2 consecutive terms since 2007, following over 35 years service as Ambassador of India to various countries, including the United Arab Emirates, Afghanistan, Iran, and Saudi Arabia, as High Commissioner to Australia, and as a permanent representative of India to United Nations in New York. Excellency had also been a member of the National Security Advisory Board, Chairman of the Advisory Committee for Oil Diplomacy, Co-Chairman of the India-UK Roundtable, and Chairman of the 5th Century National Commission for Minority. In addition to these distinguished political and diplomatic career, His Excellency Sri Mohammad Hamid ANSARI has also held the position of visiting professor of various higher education and research institutions, as well as being Vice Chancellor of the Aligarh Muslim University. He has written and edited books on various subjects, especially foreign policy in West Asia. Among his noted work are titled Iran Today, 25 years after the Islamic Revolution, and Traveling Through Conflict, essay on the politics of West Asia, as well as numerous academic and newspaper articles on various aspects of foreign policy. Thanks to Her Excellency background and rich experience, I strongly believe that this special address by His Excellency Sri Muhammad Hamid Ansari will provide us insight toward further expanding and strengthening the relationship and cooperation between our two countries. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot forget to recall that early 1980, very early stage, the Republic of India did recognize the state of Cambodia when we were in diplomatic blockade. And New Delhi was our only important window of the country outside the socialist world. So we are very thankful and very grateful to our great friend of India. Thank you. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming His Excellency Sri Muhammad Hamid Ansari. You have the floor. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency and old friend, Master Sonat, Deputy Prime Minister of Kingdom of Cambodia, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege to be here in a distinguished gathering of leaders, scholars, and officials, and I have just been told a few minutes back that this is the first occasion on which a visitor from abroad has been accorded this privilege. I feel greatly honored.
Our Prime Minister Samdech Hun Sen did mention very well that this address is the first address delivered by a top leader. Yes, so we appreciate very much.
Thank you, Excellency. This is my first visit to your beautiful country, and though I have spent only about a day here so far, I am deeply struck by the friendship and affection for India and Indians amongst the Cambodian people. Perhaps such amity and warmth is natural given our cultural linkages. We share the common heritage of Buddhism and the philosophy of compassion, tolerance, and nonviolence. Our shared legacy is reflected in the religious and cultural ties that bind us. Hinduism and Buddhism spread out across Asia from India. These structures at Angkor Wat, Angkor Thom, Bayon, and other historical sites bear testimony to the flourishing exchanges and cultural synthesis between our people. The waters of sister rivers, Ganga and Mekong, sustain our cultures. The centrality of rivers in our civilization gives us shared traits, ethos, and sensibilities. Our exchanges and cultural flows were disrupted in the period of colonialism. After India won her independence in 1947, we have made conscious efforts to re-engage with our brothers and sisters in Southeast Asia. In early political cooperation in the non-aligned forum and the reinvigoration of our relationship since 1981 provides us with a strong and much trusted base upon which a towering edifice of friendship can be built. we have a similar worldview. We share many challenges and have the same opportunities of growth ahead of us. Our shared socio-economic compulsions make us for a strong case for cooperation, particularly in economic development of each other. The Cambodia I see today has transformed itself in the last 2 decades. Today is stable and peaceful with a growing economy and is playing its rightful role in the region. This is an inspiring story. The desire and efforts of the government of Cambodia to continue on the path of economic progress and work towards social upliftment of its people is deeply appreciated in India. We in India have similar objectives. My visit provides an opportunity to convey to the people of Cambodia the deep commitment of the government and people of India to the enduring friendship and cooperation between our two nations. Our cooperation is for mutual benefit and is guided by the requirements and priorities of the people and government of Cambodia. As countries where agriculture plays an important role in the national life, we understand the need for harnessing and utilization of the abundant water resources in our countries that your country is blessed with. Development of water resources is a mutually identified area of cooperation, and in future also we would continue working with the Cambodian government in this area. Cambodia, like India, has a young population. In order to address the aspirations of our youth, we have embarked upon a strong skill development program in India. We have a partnership with Cambodia for capacity building as well as several training and educational programs. I am very happy to learn that a large number of Cambodians have benefited from these. The Entrepreneurship Development Center, established in Phnom Penh with Indian assistance, has been contributing fruitfully to this end. We would look forward to strengthening and augmenting the facilities there. We have also enhanced our cooperation with Cambodia under the Mekong-Ganga Cooperation Initiative. I am informed that the Asian Traditional Textiles Museum in Siem Reap, which showcases our collective cultural heritage, has been successfully built with Indian assistance. In my meeting today with Prime Minister Hun Sen, I have conveyed the decision of Government of India to support several projects under the Mekong-Ganga Cooperation Program, targeting the health sector, agriculture, and women's empowerment. We hope that these projects would benefit local communities and contribute to improvement of public welfare. The temples at Angkor are a reflection of our shared cultural heritage. We are very proud of our assistance in the restoration of historical heritage of Angkor Wat Temple complex as well as other sites. We have recently completed major restoration work project at Ta Prohm temples and look forward to starting a new phase of restoration there soon. Given our close cultural ties and civilizational links, we see a strong potential for tourism to develop between our two countries. Happily, we have been able to sign this morning a memorandum of understanding to enhance tourism. I am hopeful that this will boost tourist exchanges. Our shared worldview is reflected in our close cooperation on regional and international issues. We in India value greatly the support that Cambodia has extended to us in the ASEAN-India context. It was for us a matter of pride that Cambodia in the year 2002 hosted the first India-ASEAN Summit. We greatly appreciate Cambodia's support to our initiatives, including our efforts to reform the United Nations, make it more representative, and secure for India the permanent membership of the Security Council. Since 1991, India has assiduously followed a Look East policy. This policy emanates from a realization that our economic progress and well-being is intimately linked to the growth and prosperity of the entire Asian continent, especially our friends across the Bay of Bengal and the Andaman Sea. In recent months, we have enhanced our engagement in the East. This was reflected in Prime Minister Narendra Modi's remark last year in the India-ASEAN Summit at Naypyidaw in Myanmar, and I quote, "India's Look East policy has become Act East's policy." A rapidly developing India and ASEAN can be great partners for each other. We are both keen to enhance our cooperation in advancing balance, peace, and stability in the region. End of quote. The current economic relationship between India and ASEAN countries presents a multitude of industrial, commercial, and investment opportunities. India has also welcomed ASEAN's plans to establish economic and political relationships with neighboring nations, and India and ASEAN have increasingly supported bilateral trade, promoted foreign investment, and strengthened diplomatic relations. Even among our ASEAN partners, Cambodia, Lao People's Democratic Republic, Myanmar, and Vietnam, which form the CLMV countries, are of particular interest to India. These countries include some of the fastest growing economies in the region, are primarily agrarian, and have enjoyed certain degree of microeconomic stability in recent years with vast potential for future development. This creates strong complementary interest between India and countries in the region on the basis of a tripod: commerce, culture, and connectivity. These are sustained by more frequent political exchanges. The India-ASEAN relations are thus poised to scale new heights. My visit to Cambodia, ladies and gentlemen, underscores the importance India attaches to Cambodia as part of our increasing engagement with the region. Geographically, Cambodia lies at the heart of ASEAN. For us in India, our relationship with Cambodia is a key element of our engagement with ASEAN. We look forward to Cambodia's strong support in building bridges and deepening of our relationship with the entire region. We need to delineate more precisely the contours of our relationship in the coming years. Our glorious past and shared cultural ties create a strong platform for cooperation in the future. Despite extremely cordial political relations, the diverse areas of cooperation, our bilateral trade and investment remains much below its potential. Cambodia has maintained growth of 7% in the last few years. Your government is also undertaking policies to further attract investments and broad-base the economy. The recent launch of the new industrial policy is a step in that direction. In India too, the economy is back on an upward trajectory, and we hope to maintain good economic relations in the foreseeable future. I beg your pardon, we hope to maintain good economic growth in the foreseeable future. These trends provide us a very good basis to strengthen our economic ties. Government of India has made clear its intention to partner Cambodia in its economic development. As part of our initiatives, the government has recently set up a special purpose vehicle to attract Indian investment into Cambodia and other CLMV countries. We hope to launch this new initiative soon, and I am confident that in the near future, more Indian companies will explore the investment opportunities here. There is good scope for sharing experiences for mutual benefit between our two countries. Agriculture and agro-processing sector, mining, oil and gas, and small and medium enterprises offer opportunities for trade and investment by Indian business houses. And it will be our endeavor to encourage our companies and businesses to explore the emerging opportunities in these areas. For this, we look forward to support not only from government of Cambodia, but businesses here. Another area is defense cooperation. India is happy to have been involved in training efforts for the Cambodian Defense Forces. We will continue and enhance these training efforts. The spreading tide of extremism and terrorism is a threat we both face. Successfully dealing with such threats requires strong cooperation among like-minded partners. I am glad that we have taken some steps to institutionalize cooperation in this area. We will continue to pursue more regular exchanges between our security personnel. Allow me to conclude by asserting that as two of the fastest growing economies in the world, the potential of our joint effort to enhance our bilateral trade and investment, our collaboration in science and technology, our cooperation in human resource development, and of course, our cultural exchanges is boundless. As India embarks on the new phase of its Act East policy, and as Cambodia prepares for successfully integrating economically in the ASEAN community, we hope to work with our Cambodian partners to realize this potential. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Excellency Vice President of the Republic of India. Now, I would like to open the floor for the audience to ask the questions. So, if you have any question, please raise your hand. A mobile microphone will be delivered to you. And please identify yourself, where you're from.
First of all, my respect to Excellency Deputy Prime Minister Sok-an, Minister in charge of the Office of the Council of Ministers. My respect to Excellency Sri MOHAMMAD HAMID ANSARI, Vice President of India. Thank you for your very comprehensive address. My name is Morup Seha, a member of a research team on India and Cambodia relations. My question for you is on tourism. Excellency, tourism is a big industry in Cambodia. Annually, number of tourists around the world come to visit Cambodia, roughly around 4.7 million. However, despite our deep cultural connection between India and Cambodia, number of tourists from India is rather very low. In your opinion, what can be done to address this issue? And thank you, Excellency, for your time. Thank you.
We wish to take all the questions first, and then we will let
Thanks. Okay.
the distinguished speaker answer the questions.
Good morning to Excellency Dr. Sogan, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister in charge of the Office of the Council Minister. Good morning as well to Excellency Mr. MOHAMMAD HAMID ANSARI. I have few questions to ask you, but because of giving the time, I would like to pose one simple question, which is, I had listened attentively to your remarks, which is an excellent, concerning about the Cambodian-Indian relations then and now. Given your highlight the strong complementary interest between Cambodia and India on the basis such as commerce, culture, tourism, trade, so on and so forth. Excellency Mohammed Ahmed Ansari, could you please elaborate a little bit more on that? And my question to you, second part, what Indian could look to further increase its engagement with Cambodia? Thank you very much.
So next question, please.
Good morning, Vice President of Republic of India and Excellency Sokan, Deputy Prime Minister. I saw that I listened before this. Vice President said Cambodia is the heart of ASEAN, and we want to strengthen many sectors. But I want to rest related to culture. India was one of the first countries to help Cambodia in restoration of Angkor Wat. So I have one question related to this. My question is India still involved in restoration or temple at Angkor Wat or other historic sites? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. So,
okay, now I read my question again, right? Yeah. My question is India still involved in restoration or temple at Angkor Wat or other historic sites, right? Historic sites. Thank you.
Thank you for the questions. Please answer the three questions first, and then we will proceed to the next batch of questions. If you have time, yes.
Thank you very much. The first question about tourism and tourism from India, what can be done to increase it? I think it is known to this audience and to most people that tourism is a function of economic capacity. Poor people do not have the resources to think of tourism. Those who are more affluent do it and can do it more and more. I think we are in that stage. There was a time when Indians could not think of tourism abroad. They could think of a little bit of tourism in our vast country, but foreign tourism was very difficult. That stage is now over. Indians are now traveling in increasing numbers to all parts of the world. And this is a point which has very well been raised. Why is the number of Indian tourists so modest as far as Cambodia is concerned? I share your concern. I think we need to work on this, and the first step has been taken a few minutes back when we signed a memorandum of understanding between our two countries relating to tourism. I think on the basis of this, we can expand the infrastructure, including other facilities, airlines and other things, which will act as an incentive for people to come and see something which is very closely related to our own past. So this is not a strange country in a strange part of the world to see something strange. We come to see an Indian, when he or she comes to Cambodia, comes to see something of a reflection of one aspect of its own cultural past. I hope I have answered your question. The work is to be done at the level of popularizing tourism, creating facilities for bilateral tourism from both sides, because we can say the same thing about Cambodian tourists going to India. There are very few compared to those who come from other countries, perhaps for the same reason. But there is an attraction there, as there is an attraction here. We have what we call in our tourist industry the Buddhist circle. There are very important Buddhist sites in India, and a good number of tourists come from countries like Japan and other places, Sri Lanka, Myanmar. There's no reason why there should not be more from Cambodia. India-Sri Lanka relations engagement to increase. In the world of today and the world that is beckoning us for the future, relations between countries cannot remain confined either to historical relations or to good political relations. Today, relations are based on complementarity of interests, and those interests are developed in areas of business, economic relations, trade and investments. The two governments are very conscious of this, and we are jointly working on steps how to increase our economic engagement, how to increase our cooperation in capacity building, how to enhance connectivity, and thereby go on to increase the sum total of engagement with each other. The third question about cultural ties. Yes, the work in Angkor Wat is not the end of the exercise. We have involved in discussions with the government of Cambodia about continuing this work in other important historical sites. And I can assure you that India will remain a very active partner on this. Thank you.
Excellency, if you allow me, I'd like to say a few words about tourism also. Because now we realize more and more that Cambodia has an increasing potentiality in tourism, in particular the cultural tourism. We try to promote ecotourism, but it is just the beginning. You see, the heart, the core of our tourism is the cultural tourism. And I think the site like Angkor, like PRU, did not reflect only the cooperation between the two countries, but they reflect also the historical tie and relation between the people of Cambodia and the people of India. Excellency mentioned about tourists from Cambodia to India. I'd like to say very frankly that now there is an increasing number of Cambodians they are traveling to India. The first purpose is to visit the site of the enlightenment of Buddha. You see, and the place where Buddha came to Nirvana. See, they are very important for Buddhists. Even when I went to India as ambassador in 1985, my relative told me, "Oh, you are very lucky. You go to the place of enlightenment of Buddha." So firstly, they consider the religious point of view, and tourism. Now I think Excellency did mention very favorably about increasing tourists from India to Cambodia, from Cambodia to India. I think tourists is also representing the investment opportunity. When we have more and more tourists to Siem Reap, this is to give better and better opportunity for investor to look into the opportunity for investment. Hotel, restaurant, you see, or shop, they can do. We should all this work connected to the development of tourism. I used to talk to some Indian and Cambodian tourists. I asked him, "Hello, you are a professional in this job. What do you think? Do you have some idea to increase tourists from India to Cambodia and from Cambodia to India?" You see, some they answer to me very quick. They said, "We can see a lot of opportunity. Indian Bollywood now become more and more famous." Yes. So if Bollywood can come, you see, and produce a movie, feature movie on Angkor, you see, these are the attraction of people to come to visit Angkor. This give stimulation to the people to see the Angkor, the site, see the linkage between spiritual relation among Cambodian and Indian people. Yeah. So I think one very concrete point is if we can persuade Bollywood to come to produce a feature film, feature movie.
Very good idea.
Yes,
Very
on
good
Angkor, on Angkor, yes. Because we have 1,000 temple, historical temple, so they can use this temple to produce a good movie, and this will serve also the purpose of developing tourism, cultural tourism. One more point is the direct flight. Excellency did mention already, you see, about the direct flight between India and Cambodia. Excellency did think over that, how to do, because there is a business. So the business can go only if the airline company can survive, can have enough passenger to transport. So I think the fifth flight, Excellency did raise during the talk. I think this is a very good idea. That means the flight from India to Bangkok or to Singapore and come straight to Siem Reap, Angkor Wat. So I think this route can give, you see, the possibility to the airline company to survive or to do a good business. Yes. So I think I like to contribute only these 2 points because we are willing from both sides to develop tourism. We noted very well, tourism is the window for the other field. In Cambodia, 10 years ago, we start to have good tourists from Korea, from the Republic of Korea. And then few years after, Korea, Republic of Korea, become the leading investor in Cambodia in about 7 or 8 fields. After they develop good tourist from Korea to visit Angkor, to visit Siem Reap. So that's why I think tourism is a very good means to develop relation between Cambodia and the great India. I can see. And this is my idea. And I like to inform, I think, my researcher who want to know, you see, the contribution of India into the preservation of our historical site. India did a lot, you see, and during the 80s, I remember 80, 84, 85, 86, we succeed to sign the MOU for the preservation of Angkor. And it was India came first, India who came first for the preservation of Angkor. It was a big project because Angkor is a very big temple. You see, Japan, they just start with Bayon. They work 19 years already, but they can finish less than 50%. You see, so the big temple like this is a very difficult job for the professional. So you can see, I think, so this morning we take only these 3 questions. Maybe next time you can prepare more questions. So you can see, I like to express again, you see, our thanks and our gratitude for the very early recognition of the state of Cambodia by the great India. When we met with all kinds of difficulty, we were in I think, economic blockade, trade blockade, and even diplomatic blockade. But we have very good window, New Delhi. You see, that is the important window in outside the socialist world. Yeah. And we always keep in mind, you see, and we always maintain our thanks and our gratitude for the people and the government of the great India. And I would like to express my thanks again for the very insightful address that His Excellency the Vice President did deliver to our audience. We have leaders from different ministries. We have, I think, researcher from the Royal Academy. We have the student from the highest school in Phnom Penh in Cambodia. Yes. So I think the audience is a very diversified and a very good audience to address. So Excellency, with this vote of thanks, I would like to close our session.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Great.